Hello and welcome to the Lesbian Lounge, a podcast for the girls who like girls. I'm your host and your resident lesbian big sister, Juliet Taylor, and I'm here to answer your guys' questions, give advice on your dilemmas, and of course, chat about your wildest lesbian dating stories. So grab a drink, get comfy, and welcome into the Lesbian Lounge. Happy New Year, everybody! Whoop whoop! It is officially 2026. January 1st, have we all got those New Year's resolutions written out, ready to go? Are we all ready to make 2026 our best year yet? I hope so. I'm definitely on the mindset that 2026 is going to be the one. It's going to be the best year yet. We've got dreams, we've got plans, we've got goals, so let's go. Don't wait until, because what day is it? It's Thursday, obviously, podcast day. Don't wait till Monday to start. Start today, Thursday, 1st of Jan. Let's start showing up like we mean to go on for the rest of the year. Let's walk into 2026 with bad bitch energy. Like main character. We want to be the main character of our own stories and everyone else's, right? So let's show up from today with main character energy, always and forever, and make 2026 our best year yet. Can't wait. How was our Christmas, everybody? I hope we all had a magical little Christmas. You will have noticed there was no episode. Genuinely don't know what happened. It was all ready to go. It just didn't go. It just poof, magically disappeared. But anyway, it's all good. We are here today, and touch all the wood, this episode is not going to go anywhere. But I'm sitting here in one of my lovely Christmas tracksuits from Tanga, literally my favourite brands ever. And what did I get for Christmas? Let's do a little what I got for Christmas rundown. Obviously, the main present is my promise ring from Lucy. Now, I feel like I had told you all I knew I was getting this, and you all knew that I was getting Lucy a promise ring in return. So we did the exchange of promises and promise rings. And honestly, the mindset shift it gives you, everything I do in life now, I'm using my hand. I'm oh, look at me, look at my ring. It's not even on my engagement finger. But it's just so exciting. And even when I'm not I've really, really worked on my mindset, and I've been quite open on the journey with you all of becoming a healthier person in a relationship. So I don't really have these wobbles as much as I did anymore. But still, if I'm thinking oh my God, she hates me, she doesn't love me, I just look at my ring and I'm hang on, she's literally given me this ring and promised to love me for the rest of her life. I need to stop stressing, and I can go on with my day. And also, we've just signed a contract for a 30-year mortgage together. So also, she's not going anywhere. We're in this for life now, which makes me so happy because I just really feel like she's my person. We get on so well. The other day she was laughing at me in bed because I was explaining our relationship. I was I feel like we're two jigsaw pieces. And she was what are you on about? But I was we just fit together. Everything we do is so aligned. Even though we're such different people, we just work together so well. So yeah, it's all good. I have my promise ring. What else did I get? My tracksuit. I got another tracksuit from Lucy. I'll probably be wearing that in the coming weeks. From my mother and father-in-law, I got a very beautiful Coach bag, which is one I've wanted for ages. I got some champagne from the brother-in-law, which obviously I don't drink, but let's just not tell him that. I got to be honest, it was quite I don't need big, expensive, shiny things to feel love. My mum got me a glass, a cup, a glass. It had pigs in Christmas puddings on. That's one of my favourite presents. I love it so much. Will use it every day for the rest of my life. I don't need crazy big things. Literally give me a pig in a Christmas pudding glass and I am happy. But I got loads of just fluffy socks, pyjamas, chocolate. We actually got a charcuterie for the house. That's cool. We got a couple of gift vouchers and things for the house. So it's all exciting. The house updates, I don't really have any, to be fair. The solicitors are doing their checks, so hopefully, fingers crossed, by January 11th, I think they said they should be getting back to us. And we're really lucky. Obviously, Lucy and I don't have a chain. We're first-time buyers. The people we are buying the house from have found a house and no one lives in that house, so they can move into their house pretty much as soon as we can move into their house, if that makes sense. So as soon as we get the go ahead, we can move in, they can move out. It's not they have to wait for them to move out and we have to wait. The chain is brilliant. So hopefully we should be in really, really soon. We do have a trip to Iceland booked in January, mid to end of Jan, I think it is. So I'm hoping it doesn't clash with that, because the last thing I want to be doing is like packing for holiday and packing to move house. So I'm hoping maybe very end of Jan, early Feb, we might be moving in. I'm hoping at latest by Easter we'll be in, but there's no real rush from us. We basically see each other every day anyway, because we just live between each other's houses. But life is going to be so much nicer when we have our own house together and we can decorate it. And we're loving going house shopping and just not even buying things, just looking at things. Like, we're like, oh my God, we love this bed, we love this dining room table. Like, we're such adults now. Do you know what I mean? Like, when I was, how old would I be? Maybe, you know, when you're like 13, 14, 15 and you go to town, you're like, oh my God, let's go to Pandora and like buy a new ring or a Pandora charm. Let's go Primark and buy some clothes. And now it's like, let's go to John Lewis and look at dining room tables and Tempur mattresses, you know. But it's so fun and I love it, and it's just nice to do it with her, and it's all just so exciting. So as soon as I can give more house updates, I will. But right now we have nothing. What other updates do I have for you all? Okay, big update. The floor is coming. ITVX, everywhere ITV basically. I think it's ITV1, like the main show is on Sunday nights from the 4th of January. Mark your calendars, because this Sunday the floor is coming. You will see my face on your TV screen, I hope, because I don't think this is a spoiler, but like, I don't do a battle in episode 1, so I don't know if you will see my face. You might. We basically filmed loads of clips that'll be, because obviously each battle I think is, how long do you get on your clock? Why have I forgot? This is literally what I spent a whole week doing. Is it 60 seconds? How long do you get? 45 seconds. 45 seconds, I think. That shows I'm a really big fan of the show. I think you get 45 seconds on your clock. So there's 8 battles an episode. So 8 45-second battles is not going to make enough TV. So I think there'll be loads of like clips from our interviews coming in, like bits from when like we're just chatting with Rob, because if you don't know, Rob Brydon, Uncle Bryn from Gavin and Stacey, is the host of the show. So you might see me pop up. I have no idea. I'm still not going to tell you all what my category is, because they haven't told us we can say it. However, we were on Lorraine, and there is a clear clip on Lorraine that shows me, because I was one of the corner squares. I was actually player 81 out of 81 players, which I just think is really cool, being like, I'm number 81. So I was the front left square. So you've got like literally however many rows. I was this very front corner, player 81. So when they do clips from the front, like, you can very clearly see me, and it does have my category written out on the floor, but I'm not going to say it out loud yet, just so I don't get in trouble from ITV, because I'd like to do more TV shows with them in the future. So ITV, if you're listening, anything you need, a presenter, a lesbian girly for any TV show, sign me up. So yeah, I'm not going to tell you yet, but it's a pretty cool category. There was a couple of options. You don't get to choose your category, by the way. You kind of give a couple of options and then they'll sort of go from there. So my category was basically one of the options I gave. Well, kind of. I wanted a specific type of this. I'm trying to say this all without getting in trouble, but whilst making it make sense, and I feel like I'm not doing a good job. Basically, I'd asked for a specific thing, and they'd sort of been like, we can give you this instead. It's basically the same thing, just a little bit broader. So yeah, make sure you tune into Lorraine. We've also been in the Saturday Times magazine. We've been on like TV Choice magazine. So the floor is kind of everywhere. It's out and about. So make sure you watch it. It was honestly one of the best experiences of my life. I've actually got a load of the cast coming up to Sunderland. We're going to watch one of the episodes together. It's the day I get back from Iceland, actually. We're all going to get together in Lucy's pub and watch the show, which I can't wait for. And it'll just be nice to see everybody, because we live all over the UK. I've got people coming from Scotland, from Birmingham, obviously me from, technically I am from Sunderland now, right? Because I live there. Well, I will be living there. I'm trying to think where other people are coming from. Basically, they're coming from all over the UK. It's a Sunderland. That's quite embarrassing, isn't it? Being like, oh, guys, welcome to Sunderland. Isn't it beautiful? No, it is actually beautiful where we're moving to. So yeah, they're all going to come up. We're going to have a great time. We're going to watch the show. And I'm excited to see other people's reactions to the show. And just like to see what other people have said, because obviously we don't see everyone else's interviews. So I want to see, like, what did people say about me? What went on in this interview? What happened after this? So it's going to be really, really nice to watch it back and see it. And I can't wait for you guys to be tuning in alongside with me. So please make sure you're tuning in. Let me know your thoughts. And by next week's episode, I pinky promise, I will physically, with my voice, vocalize, tell you all what my category is, because episode 1 will have come out and it will have been said what my category is. I'm just not going to say it until that's out so I don't get in trouble. I'm trying to think if I have any other updates. Life's just it's been nice. We've got the floor coming out, which is so exciting. Obviously, we've got the house, we've had Christmas, we've got New Year. We're doing a little mocktail making class at the Raven, and I have actually popped this over on the Lesbian Lounge community chat on WhatsApp. So if anybody wants to come along, we're going to be literally like shaking ourselves, learning to make and shake the mocktails. Obviously, it's Dry January, which a lot of people will be doing. So if you want to come along to that, make sure you join us in the Lesbian Lounge WhatsApp chat, so you can come along and join us, meet some other gorgeous girlies, gays and nays from the Northeast whilst we shake some mocktails. There will be more events getting planned as well. I think we're thinking like a proper lesbian cocktail making night as well, but obviously Dry Jam will do mocktails. Maybe closer to the summer we'll do a little cocktail class. There'll be more events collabing with Lesbionist and Rush as well, as I love those girlies and I love doing events with them. There's so much good things coming. Did that make sense? So many good things coming. I think that's the right way to phrase that. Obviously, just for the Lesbian Lounge in general, we have had such an incredible 2025. Like, to think back, this was our second year of podcasting. We started in June 2024. So we're now like a year and a half in, pretty much. That's crazy. If you think, in 2025 alone, we had UK's Top Influencer Awards, where 1, we even just got nominated, and 2, we placed in the top 5 of the best UK podcast, which was mind-blowing. Just like going to the award ceremony, being around so many like incredible people was just insane. We had our incredible Spotify Wrap numbers, like 999% increases in listeners and views and audience members, 48 countries reached, like 92,000 minutes of listening hours. It's insanely mind-blowing. We've moved into the new studio. Like, in my personal life, it's been a very big shift. I said to Lucy the other day, sitting in the back of the bar, like, if you had told January 2025 me that I'd, 1, be in a new relationship, I probably wouldn't have believed you. 2, being in a new relationship, buying a house, sitting with a promise ring on my finger, working in a bar pulling pints and making spiced rum and cokes, I would have just laughed in your face and gone, no, that's not going to happen. If you told me I would have been on a TV show, I would have gone, that's not going to happen. We've worked with so many incredible brands. It's just, I feel like the life I envision for myself is coming. Like, I can see it. I'm like peeking through a little curtain, and I'm just ready to make 2026 the year that like I fully like break down the doors and step into a life of podcasting, influencing, presenting, televisioning, all of those incredible things full time. So please manifest this for me. Okay, I think I've rambled enough now. So without further ado, let's jump straight on into this week's episode. So this week's question of the week is, what lesbian dating traits are you leaving behind in 2025? So first up, we have texting your ex. Okay, we're leaving that in 2025. We're entering 2026. Fresh-minded, we're not going to text the ex. Don't care how drunk we are. She ain't getting a message. I like it. Waiting for them to change. Yeah, they're not going to change. If they wanted to, they would. You... Not being rude, you're not special, you're not going to change them. They're stuck in their ways. Like, they're not going to change for you. Leave them. Find somebody who's going to love you and appreciate you just as you are. Rushing a connection. Yeah, I get that. Like, what is the point in rushing and jumping into a relationship when you know it's not quite right? You know you're not quite ready for it. You're just rushing it for the sake of getting into a relationship. Like, there's no point in doing that. Just let it happen naturally. Get to know the person. Enjoy getting to know them. There's no rush on, getting into a relationship, getting a promise ring, buying a cat, moving into a house, getting engaged, getting married. Like, don't rush that connection. Enjoy the early stages of a relationship and actually getting to know a person. Texting my ex because I'm bored and lonely. Get on Tinder, get on Hinge. If we're feeling bored, if we want to chat to someone, let's find a new girl on Tinder or Hinge. We don't need to reach out to the ex. Leave her in 2025 and enter 2026 without her even on your mind. Just block. I think that's the best thing to do. Block them, move on. Don't text your ex. Text me. Not in a sexual way, please. My girlfriend wouldn't like that. But you can text me. Say, hey, Jules. I was thinking of texting my ex, so I text you, and I'll say, don't you dare text your ex. And then we'll set you up a banging Hinge profile, and you can text all the sexy girls on there. Trying to fix someone, fixing someone, waiting for someone to change. Unfortunately, a lot of the time, these people are just stuck in their ways, and there's not a lot you can do, if anything, to change them. I'm leaving behind falling for someone's potential instead of the reality in front of me. That was beautifully worded. So yeah, you're looking in front of you and you're seeing this person that's full of flaws, but you're ignoring that because no, they have potential. Like, they bought me flowers once. Yeah, but no. That's not a potential good partner. Like, they bought you flowers once. Screw that. Look at the reality in front of you. If they wanted to, they would. They would buy you more flowers. They would bring chocolates with those flowers. They would take you on nice dates. Like, stop looking. Yeah, I love that. Don't look at the potential of the person. Look at the actual reality in front of you. That is a brilliant one. Everyone should carry that into 2026 with them. Leaving behind overthinking everything. Okay, I'm going to add this one to my list because I am a chronic overthinker. I'm getting better. My sort of therapy and relationship coaching has massively helped me. But still, I overthink everything. Like I said earlier, I was driving going, Lucy doesn't love me. And I was looking at my ring going, no, she does. She gave you a promise ring and she's bought a house with you. But yeah, a chronic overthinker girly over here. I relate. It's tough, right? Like, you send a text or you receive a text and you're analysing it. Like, why did they write that? Why did they only put one kiss? Why did they do this? Why didn't they answer my call? Why was she sharp with me? Like, I get it. I have been that way. I still am partially that way. But yeah, we need to leave that behind and we need to step into 2026 feeling confident in ourselves, feeling our self-worth, that we don't need that validation from somebody else. So that when we get it, we're happy, but we don't need that. We don't need to overthink everything we say and everything they say. I'm leaving behind begging for bare minimum. Absolutely, we're leaving that behind. We do not need to beg for the bare minimum in a relationship. If they wanted to, they would. We're not begging. We're not asking for it. Yeah? We're not saying, please, could I have a good morning text? Please, could we go on a date tonight? That's not happening. We're not begging for the bare minimum. We are going to find somebody and date somebody that's going to show up for us, that's going to organise dates, that's going to send us those cute messages, that's going to go find your nails salon and pay for you to get your nails done just because they want to. You don't have to ask for it. They're going to do it because they want to. And that's the energy we're stepping into 2026 with. A couple more. Shrinking myself for someone. Yes, we're not making ourselves small little itty-bitty versions of ourselves because we think we're too much for someone. Absolutely not. They can think we're as much as they want. They're not the person for us. We're going to find somebody that loves us for who we are, that loves us exactly as we are. We do not need to shrink ourselves down to fit anybody's standards. Absolutely the fuck not. Leaving behind chasing girls. Yeah, we don't chase, we attract. They just come to us. We don't have to go like a little lost puppy, trying to find girls on a night out. They come to us. We're not chasing anybody. If you're not replying to me, I'm not going to double text you. End of. Right? We're not chasing. We're attracting girls who actually want to be with us and are going to treat us right. Okay, last one. Leaving behind dating somebody only because they give me attention. Hell yeah, right? Just because you give me attention doesn't mean I have to fancy you and fall in love with you and be with you for the rest of my life. Do you fulfill me? Do you fulfill my needs? Do you actually make me happy? Or are you just telling me the things I want to hear? Am I just feeding off the attention I'm getting? But do I actually fancy you and want to get into bed with you? No, you're just telling me nice things and I'm latching onto the idea of that. we don't need to do that anymore. We can just let ourselves be happy by not having to, just enjoy that attention. And I get it. I've been there. I've been the attention slag that's got with somebody because they gave me the most attention. They replied the fastest in my texts. But that's not always a good connection. Just because they give you attention, this is going to be good. Are you ready for this? Someone write this down in a quote. Just because they give you attention doesn't mean it's going to be a good connection, right? A good connection doesn't always mean they're going to devote 100% of their attention to you always, and they're going to just tell you all these nice things. Like, that's not always what we want and need. Sometimes you need that sort of time apart where, or even sometimes, when like they're playing, you are playing a bit hard to get, and it's like, where is that attention? And you have to like almost chase for it a little bit. Obviously, we're saying we don't want to chase massively, but sometimes that chase is a little bit fun. Like, I'm going to play a bit hard to get today, like not constantly, but every so often, right? But yeah, we're leaving behind chasing people. We're leaving behind only dating people because they give us attention. We're leaving behind texting our exes. We're leaving behind all the shitty dating habits that we've built up over the years. They're staying in 2025, and 2026, we're stepping into a new era of ourselves. We don't chase, we attract. We're going to only date the most beautiful, sexy, gorgeous women who are going to treat us exactly how we deserve. They're going to be the perfect girlfriends, and shitty exes, shitty girlfriends can stay swiftly behind us in 2025. Thank you very much. Okay, I think we should jump into some dilemmas. So first dilemma, I am going to give a little bit of a trigger warning for. We have a very, very, very racist family member on our hands. So I just want to give a little trigger warning in case that's something anybody might get triggered by. But saying that, let's jump in. I've been with my girlfriend for just over 3 years. We met in our first year at Coventry University, graduated together this summer, and have both now started full-time jobs. Congrats. I am white British and my girlfriend is British Pakistani. From the very beginning, my parents have been very against the relationship because of her background. They keep pressuring me to date someone more like us and have made racist remarks that I'm ashamed of. Some of the things they've said include my mum telling me I've only fallen for my girlfriend's looks and that one day I'll come running home crying once I realise sex isn't everything. Okay, that's rude. And when I see what sort of people and horrible culture she comes from, okay, well, that's just rude, Mum. Like, that's actually just nasty. They've also said my girlfriend's family doesn't belong in this country. Oh, rude. Who are you to decide that? Because you're not. I was open with my parents when I first started dating my girlfriend and posted pictures with her on social media. I think they just thought this relationship would become a short-term thing. But obviously it didn't. You've done the whole of uni together, you've graduated, you've been together for 3 years, but your parents are still just thinking it's going to come to an end. You'll come home and cry and realise sex isn't everything. She's not a good person, but she is a very good person because she's making you happy. So my girlfriend's family live in Birmingham, which is close to Coventry University. So while I'm at uni, I was regularly invited over for family dinners. When I would leave, it would usually be with amazing containers full of food. Love that. They've been warm and welcoming. My girlfriend is everything to me. She's beautiful, kind, intelligent, the total package. Oh, I'm blushing. You're so cute. How kind is that? I knew we were meant to be together from the moment my lips touched hers for the first time. Oh, that's so cute. If it wasn't for my parents' attitude, I would definitely have proposed already. Oh my God. I mean, don't let your parents hold you back. Like, I get everybody wants that sort of family approval, but I don't think you're going to get that from your family. I think you just need to focus on your girlfriend, really lean on her family. It doesn't seem like your parents are going to be open to change their mindset. I'd hoped that actually meeting her and her parents might change my parents' mind. Okay, so you've took your parents to meet her parents. I understand. After months of them refusing, my older sister finally helped pressure them into a restaurant dinner last month. At first, it was awkward silence. Then my girlfriend's dad broke the ice with my dad talking about football, and for a while they were chatting normally. Okay, there we go. It's going well. Everything fell apart. It's not going well anymore. When my mum started talking about cultural mismatches, like, Mum, shut the fuck up. Why are you bringing that up? Dad and Sophie's dad are having a good chat about football. Shut your mouth. She told my girlfriend that she would never truly fit into a British family and should stick to her own kind, mocked her dad's accent, asked if he'd ever been to jail, and claimed that his culture had destroyed the fabric of British society. I can't even imagine the embarrassment levels I would feel, like, having to sit there and listen to my mum say that. Like, it's just outright rude. Like, there's no justifying that behaviour. Like, it's such a horrible mindset that she has, and I really don't think there's going to be any changing. And I think if you're so serious about your girlfriend, which you are, because you're saying, you know, you've thought about proposing, she's everything to you, we need to not fully cut ties with our family because they're our family, but we need to, you know, stop trying to make this work and just focus on you and your girlfriend. Move in with her, don't move in with your family or near your family, because they're not going to change their minds. And like, your poor girlfriend sitting in this situation, like, feeling so uncomfortable, like, hearing her own girlfriend's mother saying these things about her and her family can't have been nice. And I understand, like, there's nothing you can have done to control that. You were trying to do a good thing by bringing them together, and obviously it started well with the football chat, and then your mum just got a bit too mouthy, maybe had too many glasses of wine. Yeah, that is an awful situation for the both of you to have been in. Okay, I was mortified and argued with my parents. Okay, well, I'm glad you sort of, like, stepped in and stepped up and put your foot down and said, Mum, you cannot say that. They got angry, called me a traitor, and stormed out. Okay, bye. Do you know what I mean? Go have your bigoted views somewhere else, because they're not welcome here. I apologised to my girlfriend and her parents. They were understanding and said I didn't need to apologise, and that every family has certain issues, which mean they may not be open-minded, and that we just need to be patient and give it time. I'm so glad your girlfriend's family haven't sort of, like, took this out on you and had an issue with you. They're like, we get it, like, everyone has their issues, she's really not open-minded, but give it time and she might be willing to change. Since that disastrous dinner, my mum has declared that she will never see my girlfriend again. Okay, well, she probably doesn't want to see you again, does she, after what you've said about her and her family? She's given me an ultimatum: end the relationship or don't come home for Christmas. Okay, I really hope you chose to not go home for Christmas. You're going to need to update us. This will be my first Christmas that I've ever spent away from my family, and it breaks my heart. I know my parents' views are bigoted and wrong, and I don't want to enable that, but at the same time, I love them. They raised me, supported me, and I don't want to become estranged. I want to find a way to challenge and change their prejudiced beliefs without cutting them off, while still fully respecting and protecting my girlfriend and our relationship. How can I move forward in a way that stands up for what's right, keep the door open for my parents to grow, and show my girlfriend that she's my priority? Okay, first off, I'm so glad that you're making your girlfriend a priority in this situation. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I don't know if I see a world where your parents are ever going to become fully accepting of your partner. Like, they're never going to, you know, see this relationship as something that they want to fully get involved in, which is such a shame. Like, fair enough if you were dating, like, a absolute, like, crackhead who's been in jail 7 times for, like, murder. Fair enough, they're not going to, you know, support that relationship. But just because of somebody's culture and where their family's from does not mean that they can have these views and treat you and your girlfriend like shit and give you an ultimatum like that, end the relationship or don't come home for Christmas. Like, you can't do that. You can't just decide that because you don't like my girlfriend. And you probably would like your girlfriend if they got to know each other. That's the problem, right? You just don't like my girlfriend because of where her family's from, because of their culture, which is it's baffling. It's like, you know what's funny though? They can accept that you're a lesbian and that you want to date girls, but they can't accept the fact that your girlfriend's British Pakistani. Like, make it make sense, because you get so many parents that won't accept the fact that you're a lesbian. But if you brought home, like, yeah, I actually wonder this: what would happen if you brought home a male British Pakistani, would their views be different? Is it because it's a girl and she's a British Pakistani that they're getting so like riled up, right? I think the best thing you can do in this situation, like you said, is prioritize your girlfriend. Don't feed in to like your parents' negativity. Don't even give them attention for it, because the more you try and fight it, they're probably just going to fight back at you. It's like, you know, fire and fire. Like, you just need to prioritize your relationship with your girlfriend, really build on that, like lean on her family, and hopefully the stronger connection you and your girlfriend build, the more your parents are going to see, okay, she is really serious about this girl. Like, even get the proposal done. Like, if you've been thinking about it, don't let your parents hold you back. Propose to your girlfriend, have an incredible magical proposal, start planning a wedding, and maybe your parents will then go, okay, this is serious. They're now locked in for life. We're going to have to now make a decision. Are we going to support our daughter and her fiance, or are we, like, they're going to become the estranged family members, not you. Like, you're going to have this beautiful family with your girlfriend, with her family, with the kids you might have one day. Your parents are going to be the ones who are going to be missing out on all of that if they decide not to jump on the train and get involved and go, you know what, maybe it's not what we envisioned for our daughter, but fuck it, let's just go for it and plan the wedding and have a great time all together. They're going to be the ones missing out. They are going to become the estranged family members, right? So I think the best thing you can do, prioritize your relationship with your girlfriend, get that ring on her finger, lock her in, and then it's up to your parents to go, okay, are we going to support this and just get on board and, you know, have a new daughter-in-law, or are we going to still be the absolute idiots that we are and go, no, we're not supporting this? And I know, like, the thought of not having your parents at your wedding probably makes you feel like absolute shit, because of course you're going to want your parents there on your wedding day. It's the most special day of your life, and for your parents it should be one of the most special days of their life, watching their child get married to the love of their life, right? But just, you need to focus on you and your girlfriend and your relationship there. And if your family seriously don't want to get on board with that, you don't need to fully cut ties with them, right? Like, I understand that they're your family at the end of the day, but they're not coming to the wedding, and they'll probably decide that for you. You're not going to have to say, listen, you're not invited to the wedding because I know you're going to cause drama. They're going to decide that themselves. They're going to be the one saying, we're not coming to the wedding because we don't want to see you marry Sophie and her family, right? Like, that's on them. They look like the idiots. You have, like, there's nothing you could have done to change their minds because they're so set in their views, right? I mean, maybe because your dad seemed like he was a little bit more like lenient, maybe like just try and get your dad, your girlfriend's dad, and the two of you to go out, like leave the mums out of the situation, get your dad and her dad really pally, and then maybe your dad will go home and be like, you know what, I just went out with John and Sophie and you, it was actually a really nice night. I think you should give them another chance and really actually try and get to know them because they're great people. Maybe that seems like the way to go. Like, maybe take them to a football match. They were bonding over football. Get to Coventry Football or Birmingham, Aston Villa, whoever you all support, and enjoy a nice football match. You and the dads, and then maybe the mums, well, your mum might be more like, okay, I'm going to give it a go because you did. You said it was okay. Let's go from there. But good luck. Please, please, please tell me you didn't go home for Christmas and you spent it with your girlfriend and her family and you didn't end the relationship. Please update us because I need to hear what's going on, and good luck. And I'm so sorry that you have had to go through something so traumatizing, and I hope that you and your girlfriend can just come out of this stronger. Okay, moving on. Like a lot of late bloomers, I'm finding myself unsure how to reveal the information of me being gay to others, especially my very male fiance. Okay, that is a slight spanner in the works to your coming out story. You have a male fiance, I understand. We have had a long-term international relationship centered on the idea that he will one day emigrate to London, hence the engagement. Okay, so you don't actually see each other every day. He might live, say, in America, and you're living over in England and London, so you don't see each other a lot of the time, and you've kind of got engaged just to speed up the process of him being able to fully move over here. Ordinarily, I would just tell him. But we've been through a few hiccups where he has decided the answer is to stay together because it's what I wanted. I keep feeling this is very unfair to disregard his loyalty, especially when he is all the green flags, just the wrong gender. Okay, so he's like this great man, he's lovely, but he has a willy, not a vagina. Fair enough. He is filling out visa paperwork, and I know that it's approaching the time of being too late, so I know I have to do it soon. He is a great guy, otherwise unlucky in love. So when I bite the bullet, it's going to hurt us both a lot. Do you have any advice for navigating suddenly ending the story that we have been working towards for so long? Okay, I think the biggest blessing here is the fact that you don't have to see this man every day. You don't already have a house and a mortgage together and you're thinking, fuck, like I'm trapped. You're not trapped yet. If the marriage had gone through and he'd already moved over and his stay in England was only down to the fact that you both had a wedding ring on your finger, you would feel so much more trapped than you do now. So you have to do this before it gets any further along the line. I know it's going to be hard. I know it's going to be tough because clearly you love this man, right? You built an incredible relationship together. But like you said, he's just the wrong gender. You've realised, I don't want to be with the man. I want to be with the woman. And you owe it to yourself to go and explore that. I understand it's going to be heartbreaking and crushing to him because he's not only losing the woman that he loves, he's going to be losing the chance of, moving to England. But if he's desperate to do that, I'm sure there's other ways around that, right? Don't some people literally offer themselves out to be married to people just so they can come over, but they never actually see each other? Maybe I saw that in a film one time. I don't know. Yeah, it's going to be shit for both of you. You're going to feel like an awful person, feel like you said, like ending his story, ending the story that you built together, but it has to be done. You cannot, feel guilty, go, okay, it's fine. I'll just marry him and he can move over here and we'll go from there. Like, no, because then you are trapped. You are currently not trapped. You have no ties. Yes, you're engaged and you've got this plan for him to come over here, but you haven't crossed that finish line yet. You haven't, got him over here. You haven't completed the wedding. You haven't signed the contract. So you need to break it to him. Maybe, obviously, you can't do it face to face if it's an international relationship. Maybe write him a letter and then you're not having to be like, oh, can we FaceTime? Like, it's a bit of a, tough topic I want to talk to you about. Or just, can we have a FaceTime? Can we have a call? Or like sending it in a text, maybe like writing it out on a letter. And I think you can be honest. I think he will understand if he really does love you. And if he is this really great person like you say he is, I think he'll understand. And you never know. Maybe he's like seen the way you look at girls before and thought, like, hang on, like, is there something that she's not telling me? You never know. He might have picked up on signs. Even if you don't think there were signs, like I don't think there were signs that I was a lesbian, and people tell me all the time I knew you were a lesbian, and I'm like, I understand. Like, my granny said it to me on Christmas Day. She was like, we've always known Jules was a lesbian, right? She's always hated willies. And I was like, fair and true. Yeah, maybe we can write it down in a letter and, start it off like, I'm so grateful for everything that we've been through together. We've created such an incredible story, but I think it's time for that book to close and for me to start a story of my own where I get to fully explore the person that I truly am. And like I said, I think he will be understanding because you said he's a green flag. He's a complete walking green flag. And the best part is, if he doesn't take it the best way, if he does get angry, you're on opposite sides of the world. You're not living in the same country, so you don't have to worry about like going home that night and seeing him whilst he's packing up all his things, right? He's over there. You can almost then like just shut your mind. Like, if you can't see it, it's not real, right? You can't see what's going on, and you can, as hard as it's going to be to like, what you're going to want to reach out and you're going to want to check he's okay. But he's angry and whatever, you don't have to deal with that because you can't see it, right? You're in your own place, he's in his own place, and he will be okay. I say this all the time when people have boyfriends but they're coming out as gay. I think, would your boyfriend not rather be with someone who actually fancies him, who actually wants to suck his willy, right? As gross as that sounds, because I know to us lesbians we think that sounds disgusting. But would your boyfriend not rather that? Because I think you would. Surely you would rather be with someone that wanted to be with you, that wanted to live life with you and do sexual, intimate things with you, not always be too tired or not in the mood for sex, because deep down you know that you don't want to have sex with them, not because you're too tired, because you don't like what's going on. Yeah, you don't want to see him with those boxers off. So surely he would rather be with somebody who's going to love him for who he is and want to rip his boxers off and do all those gross things that straight couples do. But yeah, it's going to suck and it's going to feel like shit, but you have to do it. Like we said, what are we leaving behind in 2025? You're leaving behind your straight girl era, you're leaving your lovely fiance behind, and you're stepping into your full lesbian fantasy, and you're going to have a great time. You're going to love it. And trust me, think of where you're going to be in a year's time, right? Right now, you're in this shitty situation. You're almost like stuck in the mud. You don't know what to do. Think of January 2027 you, looking back on the year you've had. You're going to be so glad you decided to leave, to move on and like step into the life of your dreams. And he's probably going to have found somebody else. He might have moved to London. You never know. He might move quick. He might go, right, you don't want me. Fine. Get on Tinder. Okay, you live in London. Give her all the chat. Get married. He's going to get over here anyway. It's going to work out. And January 2027 you is going to be so grateful that January 2026 you decided to cut things off. As hard as it's going to be, it's probably going to hurt for months. It might go on for longer. You never know. But you have to step into this new era and this new version of you, and we're going to be here for you every single step of the way. So feel free to keep us updated. Anything you need, we're here. We love you. It's going to be okay. Okay, let's do one more dilemma. So here we have, my girlfriend asked what I think about during masturbation. I was truthful and said there are times when I fantasize about celebrities that I find hot, such as Madison Beer. Sometimes I may even put some sexy pictures of Madison Beer on my laptop before I start masturbating. She got upset, calling it emotional cheating and micro cheating, and kept asking, so am I not enough for you? I think it's silly to call it cheating. Madison Beer isn't going to I think it's silly to call it cheating because Madison Beer isn't magically going to walk through the front door and come sit on my face. That's so funny. It's not like I'm fantasizing about somebody I know in real life. It's just a celebrity. Would you class it as emotional cheating? Okay, I feel like your girlfriend asked this question clearly expecting a different answer, because you wouldn't ask if you didn't want to know. So I think she was asking like, oh, what do you think about when you're masturbating? And she was fully expecting you to say, oh baby, I think about you all the time. I get at the sexy pictures that you send me and like go to town. But obviously you've been honest and said, yeah, sometimes I'll get up a picture of Madison Beer and go to town thinking of her and, you know, imagining her coming sitting on my face. But like you said, it's not going to happen. I'm assuming you live in the UK. I'm pretty sure Madison Beer is American. It's just not going to happen, right? I mean, you never know. There might be one magical day when you've flown to New York for a holiday, you go to a Madison Beer concert, she spots you in the audience, she pulls you backstage, you have great sex, right? Like, it could happen. I'm not going to say it wouldn't happen, but the chances of it happening are slim. You're very happy with your girlfriend. You don't want to date Madison Beer. You just think she's attractive. I can see from your girlfriend's point of view, like thinking, so you don't think of me when you're masturbating, but chances are you do. You just sometimes also want to look at a picture of Madison Beer, a celebrity that you find sexy. I think the best thing you can do in this situation is like not entertain it too much, like not create a big deal around it. And, you know, maybe like speak to don't even like speak about it. Just like text your girlfriend, or when you see her tonight, be like, oh, baby, like I want to tell you what I did today. Like I masturbated, I fingered myself, whatever, and I was using all of these sexy pictures that you got me. Or maybe like text her, be like, babe, like, oh, okay, here we go, got it. We're going to buy her some really sexy lingerie, and we're going to be like, baby, I bought you this sexy lingerie, like why don't we have a little photo shoot together, so when I'm masturbating, I can look at these pictures of you. She's going to feel loved, she's going to feel wanted, she's going to feel validated. And even if sometimes you get up a sneaky picture of Madison Beer or another celebrity that you find fit, just don't tell her. Just tell her it was her. It was you on my mind. I'm saying this, like, if it was me in this situation and, like, Lucy was lying to me, I'd be like, you fucking bitch. No, I wouldn't. But, you know, buy some sexy lingerie, get some sexy pictures, maybe even, like, be like, I'm going to get some for you, you can get some for me. Like, then every time we masturbate, we can think of each other and have some sexy pictures of each other to look at. And yeah, if sometimes you think about Madison Beer, just tell her it was her. Or be like, I imagine you and Madison Beer scissoring and I'm sat there watching. Like, maybe her and Madison Beer need to be in the picture together, right? But it's going to be okay. I think your relationship can surpass this. Yeah, it's all going to be good. Okay, thank you all so much for listening. If you liked what you heard, leave us a review on Apple or Spotify. You can also subscribe to the podcast on YouTube. You can, what else can you do? You can follow us on Instagram and TikTok at the lesbianlounge.podcast. If you have any dilemmas or questions or stories of your own that you want to send in, you can send them to our anonymous Google form. You can join our WhatsApp group chat or Instagram broadcast channel. You can watch The Floor on ITV1 and ITVX from the 4th of January. That is this Sunday. And have a brilliant New Year's Day. Can't wait to hear all your New Year's resolutions. And I just can't wait to go into 2026 with you all. It's going to be a good year. And yeah, I love you all so much. Thank you for listening. And I'll see you all next Thursday for a brand new episode. Love you all. Bye.